Hey guys, how are you all doing? Welcome to my channel. So, today we are gonna see, what if Naruto x Kaguya x Tsunade x Sarda, part 1. Subscribe if you enjoy the video. Let's start the story. Naruto Uzumaki stares at the translucent blue box before him and wonders if this is actually a very lucid dream after gorging himself into a ramen-induced coma. The 13-year-old has finished another day at the academy as his teachers target him for even minor things. He often wonders why he is treated in such a manner, even the villagers were cold to him, often whispering behind his back. The Sandaime Hokage Hiruzen Sarutobi often told him to be good and the village would acknowledge him, even inspiring him to become one in the future. Congratulations Naruto Uzumaki. Due to your actions in a previous life, you have been rewarded with the gamer bloodline and several chosen perks in place of past memories. Would you like to cover the tutorial? Yes, no. Naruto hesitantly presses yes, and a whole host of information is seemingly melded with his mind once it is done, and his mind feels clear. He is shocked that all people in the world have been chosen for such a thing, and is impressed by his past self to give him such a chance. He looks through many options, stats, skills, special abilities, titles, reputation, mission, inventory, game store, dungeons, and settings. He starts with his stats, and it is a long list of attributes and their values. Name: Naruto Uzumaki. Title: Heir of Uzumaki Clan. Level 1. 0500. Stats: HP 4600. CP 5000. CC 0%. STR 8. SPD 10. STA 22. Dex 8. Bit 25. CHK 38. Wisconsin 6. Stat points 5 per level. Perks: Uzumaki. Gain 5 CHK, 3 Vit and 2 STA. Learning Fuinjutsu and Kinjutsu will be 100% faster. Wind and Water Ninjutsu will be 50% easier to learn and use. Namikaze. Gain 3 SPD, 3 Dex, and 4 Wisconsin. Learning Taijutsu will be 50% faster. Able to learn Rasengan and Hiraishin. Kyuubi Jinchuriki. Gain 10 CHK, 5 Vit and 5 STA. Learning Fire Ninjutsu will be easier to learn and use. Gamer Mind. Allows one to remain focused even in dire situations, for example first kills or powerful foes. Saiyan Body. Become one of the strongest of the most powerful warrior race. Plus 10 CHK, 10 Vit, 20 STA. Zenkai Boost will increase stats for every life-threatening injury. Boost will decrease once reaching Super Saiyan. Info: STR is strength and how much you put behind a blow. SPD is well speed. STA is stamina. X represents how skillful you can be dodging attacks and how much movement is wasted while dodging. Vit is vitality, so the higher the stat the more damage you can receive. Chakra is chakra, so the higher the state the more chakra you have in reserve to use. CC chakra control, how well one can use their chakra, increases through control exercises. Higher CC means easier use of jutsu. Wisconsin stat represents how experienced you are overall, and the higher points indicate a higher level of wisdom and insight. All of your stats can be increased in 2 ways, either by training them individually or allocating attribute points to them. 5 attribute points are given per level. Naruto clicks on Super or SSJ, and it has 2 skill trees called Standard and Good Roots with prerequisites of achieving level 100 and learning the Kaioken technique, unlocked at level 50. The Standard route has SSJ, SSJ2, SSJ3, and SSJ4 with the first 3 having spiky blonde hair of various lengths and greenish-blue eyes, while SSJ3 gives one a more prominent brow and is extremely taxing on STA. SSJ4 gives one red fur on their upper body except for their abs and pecs with a red tail, a mane of spiky black hair, greenish-blue or golden eyes, having a red ring around set eyes. God Root has SSJ, SSJ2, SSJ3, but swaps to SSJ God, SSJ Blue or SSJ God SSJ, Ultra Instinct, and Perfected Ultra Instinct. Wow, past me, you put me ahead of the curve. Saiyan Body will let me get strong pretty quick. I may go with the standard SSJ. UI would be nice, but would take forever. Beside red fur with SSJ4 goes with my red hair, Naruto says, picking standard super route. His hair looks like future Gohan. SSJ. Achieved at level 100. Power now equal to Ichibi Biju. SSJ2. Achieved at level 125. Power now equal to Sanbi Biju. SSJ3. Achieved at level 130. Power now equal to Hachibi Biju. SSJ4. Achieved at level 150. Power now equal to Kyuubi Biju. So I need to be level 150 to get SSJ4, Naruto says, and moves on to Harem, but blushes at the thought of a girlfriend before hoping his crush Sakura Haruno is a part of his harem, and those hopes were immediately dashed. There were 6 women chosen, but could be changed, and things will change to suit his choices. The women his past self chose were Tsunade Senju, Sarada Uchiha, Kaguya Hyuga, Kushina Uzumaki, Yor Briar, and Fu Shiraishi. Sarada. Sasuke is the Uchiha I know, Naruto says, and clicks her name. Sarada Uchiha. If chosen, the world will change, and for the better. Childhood friend and younger sister of Godame Hokage Itachi Uchiha. Mothers were also best friends. After a terrible incident where her clan is massacred by Father Fugaku, leaving her mother, older brother, and non-combatants. You offer support and love blossoms. Plus 500 rep with Uchiha survivors and Godame Hokage. So if I chose her, the world would actually change. Is that possible? Naruto thought. He moves to Kaguya, and again the only he knows is in his class and in the year ahead of him. Kaguya Hyuga. Former enemy of the world and the person your past self defeated. If chosen, the world changes for the better. Kaguya is the daughter of clan head Hiashi Hyuga and Hitomi Hyuga, mother's friend. You save her from bullies at 10 and love at first sight is formed. Plus 500 rep with Hyuga. So I fought and decided to give her another chance at life. Man, he has a great heart, Naruto says before pressing. Tsunade Senju. If chosen, the world will change. Great-granddaughter of Shadame Hokage Hashirama Senju. Many see her as the princess of Konoha and someone to worship, but you do not, causing her to gain love for you and strive to make you hers. Plus 500 rep with Senju and village. Also slight incest, as you are from cousin clans. Choosing her will help with my village rep and she looks pretty, Naruto says and presses Kushina. Kushina Uzumaki. Your former mother and former holder of Kyuubi no Yoko. If chosen, the world will change. Will become your twin sister, full-blown incest and fellow holder of the Kyuubi no Yoko. Your bond is from the womb and only have comfort from each other in a harsh village. I don't know if she has beautiful hair. A part of me might still see her, as my mom, Naruto says, and decides to switch out Kushina and looks at the last two women. Yor Briar. If chosen, the world will not change and does not affect other choices. Yor works for Zabuza Mamachi as his tool with Hakuyuki. She is exceptionally strong but a little clumsy and a skilled killer. Unlocked on Nami no Kuni mission. You free her from serving Zabuza and she dedicates her life to protecting you, eventually falling in love. Also do not let her drink alcohol. Plus 1000 rep with Nami no Kuni. So I need to go to Nami to get your seems simple enough and I like her red eyes, Naruto says, and check out Fu Shiraishi. If chosen, the world will not change and does not affect other choices. Fellow Jinchuriki love. Unlocked on mission to no Sato. Fu is the holder of the Sanbi Bijuu and is treated horribly, desiring to make 100 friends. You save her from bad people and become friends, eventually lovers through your bond as. Plus 500 rep with Taki and Konoha. Okay, I will change Kushina and keep the others, Naruto says and presses yes to change Kushina. Numerous pictures of various girls appear for Naruto to choose as the last member of his harem, some of which better the world and some make the world worse. He finds Sakura and she is hopelessly in love with Sasuke or someone else. This is hard for the redeed, but slowly accepts she is a vapid girl who, despite being able to be great, decides to wallow in mediocrity. Naruto eventually settles on Esdeath Partas and his choices will take effect once he falls asleep and awakens anew, including new memories due to harem choices. Esdeath Partas. If chosen, the world will change and does not affect other choices. Former apprentice of Amayuri Ringo and user of Hyoten Kekkei Genkai. Unlocked by traveling to Water Country during Chunin exams. The Godame Hokage decides to aid rebels and free Kurigakure no Sato from the tyranny of Yonde Mizukage. Will immediately fall deeply in love with you, having slight yandere tendencies, but not to harem. Plus 500 rep with Water Country and Kurigakure. Okay, harem is chosen. Let's check out what Naruto says. The store has weapons, clothes, skills, and even food. His orphan stipend is 15,000 ryo, which would have been 25, but utilities and rent needed to be paid, so he would need to spend wisely in the store. He sees a certain jutsu as a must called Kage Bunshin, which creates solid copies of oneself, and whatever the clone learns the original learns, but it was 100,000 ryo. Man, I hope Naruto can earn some money in a dungeon and move to a dungeon. A few dungeons appear and start at level 1, second level 5, third level 10, and so on so forth. Naruto tries the first dungeon but needs a weapon to enter, so he buys several kunai and shuriken. He even gains a Taijutsu scroll in the process, cool, Naruto says, and a pop-up appears. All the knowledge floods his brain of maneuvering to evade, block, redirect, feint, and everything basic, but advanced skills were blocked. New skill unlocked, Whirlpool and Hummingbird Taijutsu, basic. A Taijutsu style comprising mixtures of the Uzumaki clan and Minato Namikaze's Taijutsu style, revolving around dodging and deflecting shots, tiring out the opponent, and attacking using pinpoint hits on the muscle and joints. This skill is currently on the lowest level and can go up by 2 tiers, the next being intermediate and the highest being advanced. Observe allows one to observe levels and stats or abilities based levels but increase with level ups. So this is my clan's Taijutsu and combined with my dad's Taijutsu. This is amazing and now I have a link to my heritage. I can't believe my dad is the 4th Hokage Naruto and enters the dungeon. It resembles the forests of and gives him a sense of familiarity as a wall of text appears. Welcome to the demonic dungeon. This is the lowest level dungeon available at your current level. The dungeon will automatically increase in level once you complete the dungeon, though you will have the choice to go back to a previously completed dungeon. In the dungeons, you will face opponents with 5 levels more than yours, and the dungeon boss will always be 10 levels above yours. Quest received. 1. Defeat all the enemies within the dungeon. 0-100. 2. Defeat the dungeon boss. 0-1. Optional. 1. Defeat 10 enemies with only Taijutsu. 0-10. Rewards. 1. 7500 EXP. 2. 2500 EXP. A Kenjutsu style scroll. 3. Optional 250 EXP. Naruto moves through the forest for about 20 minutes and comes across a green creature having pointy ears, jagged teeth, and a loincloth with a small knife. He observes and sees it as a goblin. It's faster than me, but I beat him in strength and dexterity, okay, Naruto says. The goblin chitters and rushes Naruto, but the Redeed parries its blow, attempting to swing a left hook, and it dodges, however, not the kunai to its brain. The goblin crumbles into dust and the Redeed gains some exp, but also its knife, as more chittering echoes, and Naruto sees 3 more goblins. Alright, Naruto says. 5 hours pass, and the Redeed has accomplished his quest of 100 goblins and leveled up 4 times, with 20 attribute points gained. Name: Naruto Uzumaki. Title: Heir of Uzumaki Clan. Level 4. 101,000. Stats: HP 9500, CP 7500, CC 5%, STR 18, SPD 20, STA 35, Dex 28, Bit 45, CHK 58, Wisconsin 35, Stat points 20. Now for the boss, Naruto says after checking his stats, picking to face the dungeon boss. He is transported to a clearing and standing opposite Naruto is a muscular goblin with barbarian attire and a double-sided axe that looks rare. Goblin champion, this is going to be really tough, Naruto says, using observation and adding his new points to SPD Wisconsin, Dex, and STR. Naruto powers up using his chakra to give him a little boost and equips a spear he found in the forest. The goblin champion roars and rushes forward as Naruto does the same with a heavy thrust, grazing the side of the champion and dodging its downward strike. Only a glancing blow and did minor damage, Naruto says, flinging a few kunai with one hand towards its eyes. 1 scores and the champion roars in pain, allowing Naruto to close in, piercing its stomach, but the champion swings the flat part of its axe. Naruto groans as he's tossed across the field from the champion's heavy swing. His HP has dropped a third and a stunned state is in effect. That was one hit. Naruto says his vision is swimming but sees the goblin champion coming. I need to move, I can't die in my very first dungeon, I need help, Naruto thought, his body trembling. Then help you to get the boy's voice. Naruto feels a surge of chakra as it condenses into numerous chains erupting from his body and through the goblin champion. He slowly loses consciousness as the crumpling champion and the forest slowly fades and the world changes to suit our newest gamer's needs. Naruto awakens in his bed with tattered clothes, but his room looks better than it was when he passed out. The previous day's events come rushing back and he brings up the translucent blue screen. Quest completed. Level up 6x. Rewards: 10,250 EXP and a Kenjutsu style scroll. Congratulations. By defeating the dungeon boss, you have unlocked the hidden dungeon boss. This boss will be around twice the level of the dungeon boss, so prepare wisely before going about to fight it. Daily quest received. 1. Complete 50 push-ups, 050. 2. Complete 50 pull-ups, 050. 3. Complete 50 sit-ups, 050. 4. Complete 50 crunches, 050. 5. Complete a 5 kilometers run, 05. Complete all the objectives while wearing sweatbands made with resistant seals. 05. Rewards: 6250 EXP. Daily quests, as the name implies, are always given daily and are a way to help you grow stronger. The objectives will become harder as levels rise, so the rewards are more plentiful. So good day and happy grinding. Naruto gasps as he is now level 10 but now has daily quests to grind and try to level up towards SSJ4. He slips off his bed and takes off his destroyed clothes but opens the store to find some clothes and check his inventory. He sees the goblin champion's axe and it's super rare, worth 100,000, and his blue eyes widen. He now has enough to buy the Cage Bunshin skill, before immediately buying said skill and some new clothes from his Stipend Fun. He buys a pair of dark fitted cargo shorts, a dark long sleeve shirt with his clan spiral in red, and some reinforced tennis shoes. This is awesome. I wonder what skills I unlocked. A level 10 Naruto thought, getting dressed and checking his stats. Name: Naruto Uzumaki. Title: Heir of Uzumaki Clan. Level 10. 10,000. Stats: HP 11,500, CP 9,500, CC 5%, STR 38, SPD 40, STA 55, Dex 38, Bit 55, CHK 58, Wisconsin 45, Stat points 30, Skill list: Whirlpool and Hummingbird Taijutsu, basic, level 4 47%. New, Killing Intent level 5 4%. This skill has two abilities, the ability to detect killing intent aimed at you, and the other which allows you to direct or release killing intent on others. Killing Intent detection range: 15 meters. Killing Intent affects animals and low-level civilians. New, Shuriken Jutsu level 7 57%. Techniques entail throwing shuriken, kunai, or any other throwable weapon. Uzumaki Regeneration. Blessed with the famed Uzumaki Regeneration, allows you to get up and run from wounds that would take weeks to heal in a matter of days. Chakra Chains, unlocked. It is a Kekkei Genkai unique to the Uzumaki clan, where users of this technique mold their chakra into chains, which can be used for different purposes, such as sealing one's chakra temporarily, absorbing chakra, or simply binding the target. Kyuubi Regeneration. Having the Kyuubi within you will have its perks. The perk is having an amazing regen rate for both chakra and health. Flight, unlocked. It is a skill used by Saiyan to traverse long distances in a short period of time. Can be passed off as the Jutsu Doten. Kijken no Jutsu from Iwagakure no Sato. Naruto's eyes nearly bugged out of his skull at the flight skill. I'll be able to fly. That's awesome, he thought. That is interesting. Boya's voice says, and Naruto looks around. Are you what Kyuubi? Naruto says. I am Boya. I am the yin half. Your father sealed my yang self inside himself, and they are residing in the Shinigami's belly. I aided you in killing the goblin champion, the voice says. Thanks. So why did you attack the village? Naruto says. I was under the control of some fool wearing a mask and having a Sharingan, says. Quest received: find Mask Uchiha. Find and defeat the Uchiha responsible for unleashing the Kyuubi from your mother and bringing Konoha to near collapse. Clues will appear through certain events. Reward: 1. 50,000 EXP. 2. Sharingan and all abilities. 3. Well, that is convenient, Naruto says. Don't forget your Kenjutsu scroll you won, Kyuubi says. Oh right, thanks Kyuubi. Do you have a name? Naruto asks. Call me Musashi boy or Musashi. Naruto unlocks his scroll and a rush of information floods his brain. Parrying, deflecting, using your opponent's weight against them, lightning speed sword drawing, and much more in the art of Uzumaki Ryu style Kenjutsu, basic. The Kenjutsu style revolving around overwhelming power, the complete opposite of the Uzumaki's Taijutsu, quickly breaks through an enemy's guard with complete ease and efficiency via lightning fast strikes. More links to my clan. I'll need to buy a sword from the store, Naruto says, and get his shoes on to go have some ramen before classes. He leaves his apartment and sees it looks better than before, must be due to my harem choices, Naruto thought. Naruto roams the street seeing blue boxes above their heads, declaring their rank and level, as he observes on every shinobi. Most genin stayed between level 20 and 35, while chunin were greater and roamed around 35 to 50, though he couldn't see the level of level. Even with observe at LVL5, I still can't see some things. Though my stats are nearly genin level, and I have 3 years of academy left, maybe I should try to graduate early. He reaches and greets the father-daughter pair and people who have been there most of his life. Naruto orders 15 bowls of ramen compared to his usual 5 and believes his body is the cause. I figured I'd find you here, a voice says, and Naruto looks back to see. She has shoulder length and parted to the right black hair and matching eyes behind a pair of red framed glasses. She wears a sleeveless button dull red dress bound by a yellow tie and a white belt with matching blouse underneath. A black fingerless glove on her right hand, a black arm warmer on her left arm, and a pair of black ankle-length high-heel sandals with wooden soles. What can I say? I love my ramen, Naruto says, finishing his last bowl and using observe. Name: Sarda Uchiha. Title: Clan Heiress. Harem affinity: 75%. Level 5, 05,000. HP: 3200. CP: 3200. CC: 45%. STR: 10. SPD: 20. STA: 18. Dex: 22. Bit: 8. CHK: 15. Wisconsin: 35. Stat points: 0. Bonus per level. Uchiha. Gain 4 SPD, 3 Wisconsin, and 4 Dex. Abilities: High Release, Great Fireball Jutsu Level 3, 73%. The Great Fireball Jutsu is a unique jutsu created by the Uchiha clan as a rite of passage, and only those who succeeded in using the jutsu were considered adult members of the clan. Shuriken Jutsu Level 10, 57%. Techniques entail throwing shuriken, kunai, or any other throwable weapon. Accuracy equals 10%. Interceptor Fist Taijutsu Level 2, 42%. The Interceptor Fist is the taijutsu style of the Uchiha clan. This style allows the clan to use the full benefit of their eyes, able to accurately counter, deflect, and use your opponent's attacks against them. Increases dexterity by 6%. Special abilities. Sharingan Level 1 locked. The famed taijutsu of the Uchiha clan allows the user, when active, a greater perception and the ability to see a person's movements with great clarity. Increases user's dexterity, agility, and use of genjutsu. Increases dexterity by 5% locked. Did you meet Tsunade or Kaguya on the way to find me? Naruto says, as they leave with a wave too. No, but I'm sure we will comment and adjust her glasses. Mama wants you to have dinner with us, she adds. Sure, Naruto says, and sees a blonde girl and white hair girl waiting at the academy gates. So he was at Ichiraku Tsunade. She has honey brown eyes with blonde hair and a high ponytail and shoulder-length bangs that frame her face. She wears a gray mesh shirt over a teal kimono with short sleeves and red lining around the collar secured by a blue sash, red arm warmers, and white thigh highs with closed-toe kunoichi boots. Good morning, Naruto, Kaguya says, smiling with a pink in her cheeks. She has long white hair and a Harem cut with pale white eyes having a lavender tint and white eyebrows. She wears a lavender and cream hooded jacket with lavender cuffs over mesh armor, navy blue pants, and black low-heel boots. The four enter the gates and make their way to their class on the second floor, as Naruto observes, and Kaguya. Name: Kaguya Hyuga. Title: Clan Heiress. Harem Affinity: 90%. Level 6, 6000. HP: 4000. CP: 4000. CC: 50%. STR: 10. SPD: 10. STA: 12. Dex: 10. Bit: 15. CHK: 15. Wisconsin: 20. Stat points: 0. Bonus per level. Hyuga. Gain 2 STR, 2 SPD, 2 STA, and 2 Dex. Learning Taijutsu will be 50% faster. Kaguya's reincarnation. Gain 8 CHK, 8 Bit, and 8 Wisconsin. Learning Ninjutsu will be 50% faster and unlock Tensugen. Abilities. The Gentle Fist Taijutsu Level 2, 52%. The Gentle Fist is the famed taijutsu style of the Hyuga clan. This style allows the clan to the full benefit of their eyes, able to accurately pinpoint chakra points within a person. They can shut down a person's chakra network, or if ruthless, kill a person from the inside out. This style has also famed the clan for its clean kills. Increases strength by 6%. Increases dexterity by 6%. Bonuses when the skill is active. STR equals 80.48 equals 8.48. Dex equals 80.48 equals 8.48. Anatomy Level 1, 77%. Anatomy for the Hyuga clan is important as it supports their taijutsu style. This helps them in targeting nerves and other muscles and joints to take out the target easier. Special abilities. Byakugan Level 1, 30%. The famed taijutsu of the Hyuga clan allows the user, when active, a nearly 360-degree viewing capability alongside X-ray vision, and to see long distances not visible to the human eye, allows the user to see the chakra points within the human body, and is the true reason why its clan's taijutsu style is so famous. Range: 10 meters. Name: Tsunade Senju. Title: Clan Heiress. Harem Affinity: 60%. Level 5 and 705 thousandths. HP: 5000. CP: 5000. CC: 75%. STR: 25. SPD: 15. STA: 20. Dex: 15. Bit: 50. CHK: 50. Wisconsin: 27. Stat points: 0. Bonus per level. Senju. Gain 5 STR, 5 STA, and 2 Dex. Learning Taijutsu, Iryujutsu, Ninjutsu will be 50% faster. Abilities. Ntetsu Fist Taijutsu, Basic, Level 8, 76%. Increases dexterity by 5%. Increases stamina by 5%. Ntetsuken is a taijutsu style created by the ancestors of the Senju clan. It was made to counter the precognition of the Sharingan as much as possible. The Ntetsuken's main use is through delicate footwork and not looking the Uchiha in the eye, but rather the feet. Also turning one's limbs into iron hammers and increasing physical strength. Shuriken Jutsu Level 8, 65%. Increases accuracy by 8%. Senju Regeneration Level 8, 89%. All of their skills with Tsunade have the most STR and best CC. Kaguya SPD and Sarada Dex. Naruto thought. Their classroom has a high ceiling with several rows of desks going up, a podium, and 3 high blackboards. Naruto looks over his fellow students Choji Akimichi, Shino Aburam, Kiba Inyazuka, Shikamaru Nara, Sakura Haruno, Ino Yamanaka, and numerous civilian students. Everyone is pretty average with Shikamaru having the highest Wisconsin, Kiba has a high STA, and has a high CHK. He sees Sakura hanging around Kiba, as the dog boy always claims he's the alpha of their class. Naruto and the others take their seats, but he sees Kiba leering at them, but he would put him in his place sooner or later. Soon their teachers Iruka Yamino and Mizuki Tauji arrive, but Naruto wonders how much they've changed due to his harem choice. Sarada's brother is Hokage. Plus my village rep is tolerable, Naruto thought, but would get his answer about 30 minutes in, as sends him out of class for glancing out the window. Naruto gets some apologetic looks from and Kaguya, but laughs from and his lackeys. Leave a clone in your place. Even add a little of my chakra to reinforce it, Musashi says. Naruto smirks and slips off to the bathroom and creates said clone to send it back as he heads to the dungeon to train most of his new skills. He enters the dungeon and the goblins are now level 15 due to his new level, meaning the boss would level 20. Naruto goes to the store to buy a stealth skill and henge skill, but uses his stat points. Name: Naruto Uzumaki. Title: Heir of Uzumaki Clan. Level 10. 10,000. Stats: HP 11,500, CP 9,500, CC 15%, STR 40, SPD 40, STA 55, X 40, DIT 55, CHK 68, Wisconsin 40, stat points 2. Naruto then creates 4 clones of himself. Okay, 2 of you work on flying and the other 2 on chakra chains, he says, and all 4 nod. He decides to do his daily quests here, hence the reason for the stealth skill, as it erases one's presence. New, resistant seals, rare. Resistant seals are specially made seals designed to strengthen the human body by placing pressure or, as it is called, resistance on the body, forcing the muscles to tear down and grow stronger each time. There are a total of 10 levels to conquer before the seals grow useless to you. Each level increases the growth rate of physical stats by 100%, only up to a certain point. Level 1 up to 50, Level 2 up to 75, Level 3 up to 100, Level 4 up to 125, Level 5 up to 150, Level 6 up to 175, Level 7 up to 200, Level 8 up to 225, Level 9 up to 250, Level 10 up to 300. Do you wish to equip resistant seals? Yes, no. Naruto groans at the added weight, but powers through, as it increases his STR and STA in the process. He does his exercises in full view of goblins and kills them as he does his 5-kilometer run. Should I challenge the hidden boss or wait? Naruto thought. You have 5 more tries including this one before you lose this dungeon. I advise using the tries and level up, though the hidden boss will do the same. All your stats are above 40, focus on getting them to 50 and get a sword, Musashi says. Naruto finishes his run and falls on his back as his limbs were burning, but feels Musashi's chakra is flooding his limbs. Thanks Musashi, he says, as a rush of memories hit his head. Flight, 50%. Chakra chains, 70%. I'll probably need goggles when I fly high up, Naruto says, transporting himself to the boss. The goblin champion has a great sword in place of its axe and has a new skill of minion summoning. Naruto takes the initiative and brings out his chains, using them as whips as the champion summons a few goblins. He uses the chains to pierce, choke or toss the goblins like makeshift flails to gain exp. The champion rushes Naruto from behind, but the Redeed turns to use his chains as a way to block the downward blow, digging a small rut as it pushes on its sword. Naruto manages to send the sword right for him to slam a heavy blow to the champion's gut. The champion spews some spittle as it staggers back and falls to one knee, but struggles back up before crashing back to one knee. Tatsumaki, Naruto shouts, leaping, and connects with 3 hurricane kicks to snap the champion's neck. The champion crumbles to dust, but this time the Redeed is awake to see the spoils as he collects a few knives and the champion's greatsword to sell to store and fill his sword fund. Level up. Name: Naruto Uzumaki. Title: Heir of Uzumaki Clan. Level 11. 11,000. Stats: HP 12,500, CP 10,500, CC 18%, STR 45, SPD 40, STA 65, X 40, DIT 55, CHK 68, Wisconsin 40, stat points 7. Naruto makes it out of the dungeon well after the academy, but still has about an hour before having to meet Sarada's family for dinner. He takes a quick shower and buys some blue jeans, a white polo shirt with some different tennis shoes. He makes his way to the market district and buys some sweet buns for his godmother, but also Pocky for the goddame. After the massacre and Itachi's installment, as God aimed, the survivors were moved back into the village proper after being moved to the outskirts of the village after Musashi's attack. There were some dissidents to this decision, namely a village elder named Danzo, but he and his fellow elders lost much of their power, similar to the civilian council, which was dissolved and one person chosen. Greed had infested the civilian council, and evidence came to light as they were altering various things within the village that made things easier for civilian-born ninja. You made it on time. You said you might not make it on time, greeting the Redeed at the clan's compound gate. Yeah, I had to plan something for Iruka-sensei and Mizuki-sensei, Naruto says, following her to the main house. It better not be something stupid. Oh, I talked to my brother and he said there will be changes to the academy, Sarda says. Maybe some better teachers, Naruto thought and ruffled his hair. Any details, he says, but shakes her head. The pair reach the house and Naruto takes off his shoes to follow Sarada to the living room. Also, brother won't be joining us. Oh, it was just the three of us, she says, taking the sweet buns from him. Hello, Naruto says, a soft smile on her face and her long black hair framing her face. Hey Auntie Miko, Naruto says. I'm glad you could join us and thank you for the sweet buns, Mikoto says, and Naruto smiles. Dinner soon is served and Naruto eats about 3 portions but would hit up to fill his stomach. The three would talk about things as Mikoto tells more stories about his mother, still keeping his father a secret until he graduates from the academy. Would you take up Kenjutsu like Kushina, Mikoto says. I wish to, but I need a proper sword, Naruto says. The beautiful matriarch cups her chin in thought and rises from her chair. Perhaps I can help Kushina. Leave me something, said, heading to find what Kushina left. What could it be? Naruto asks. I don't know, but it must be special, Sarada says. A few minutes later, Mikoto returns with a sword wrapped in cloth. When Kushina has her sword made by a swordsmith, it was one of a pair. The blade is made with special chakra metal found in Uzushio. Her sword was known as Uzumaki Shio no Ken, or sword of swirling tides, and this one is Uzumaki Imanatsurugi, or sword of swirling heaven, she says, pulling off the cloth. Naruto's eyes widen at the sword with a sheath stained in black lacquer, a red cord around it, and the Uzumaki swirl dotting it in gold. The sword has a tsuba similar to the Uzumaki swirl as well and has designs like gold waves on it. Its hilt is wrapped in red and black silk with a gold butt cap. She intended for you to have it, Mikoto says, her eyes a little misty. Naruto slowly takes the sword with both hands and a few tears fall on the sheath. Thank you, Auntie Miko, he whispers and softly hugs him as the Redeed soft cries. After a few minutes of crying, Naruto bids goodnight and makes his home, but Uses observes on his new sword, seeing it was rated as mythic, and his eyes widen. Your luck is impeccable, boy, Musashi says. Seems so. All tested in the dungeon and with the hidden dungeon boss, Naruto thought. He would wake up at 5 am the next day to do his daily quests, heading to the academy at 8 and leaving about 2.5 kilometers later. The weekend started tomorrow, so he could hit the dungeon 2 more times and level up. Strangely enough, the commander and a few were in class today. Naruto tries to use observation on Itachi, but like Jonin couldn't see his level. Itachi gives a disarming greeting and begins explaining that the academy syllabus would be changing, though it would not affect them until next year, but he did lay things out going forward. Subjects like flower pressing and other not needed subjects would be removed and core subjects reinstated. First years would learn the history of language, maths, the founding clans, and the clans currently residing in the village. The basics of Taijutsu, chakra control, basic handling of kunai and shuriken as well. Stealth, and a basic obstacle course at the end of each month to track their progress with physical conditioning to be greatly increased to push their students. The commander Shikaku Nara put forth the idea of a bi-monthly Shogi Go tournament to improve students' logical and thinking capabilities, something they too would start next month. That will improve your Wisconsin, Musashi says, and Naruto mentally nods. Second year's core subjects and the tournament will remain the same, with Taijutsu moving to an intermediate level. Chakra control exercises such as tree walking and water walking will be introduced, being taught until the final year. The basics of and improving on their accuracy, the obstacle course becoming significantly harder than the previous year, physical conditioning remaining the same, adding meditation and proper stretching. Weekly Taijutsu tournaments will begin to bolster competition and a sense of rivalry, also the introduction of Henge, Kawarimi, and basic Bunshin. Third years like them would have Taijutsu stepped up and an introduction to stealth techniques to learn how to spy and trail a person of interest or a target. Shuriken Jutsu would now be tested on both static and dynamic targets, obstacle courses up to level, weekly Taijutsu tournaments, and now monthly Shogi Go tournaments. However, the fourth year is where things would spice up, as they can now choose a specialization depending on which field they wish to specialize in. Compulsory subjects such as ninjutsu, taijutsu, and, well, optional subjects such as bijutsu and barrier ninjutsu will be added. This will definitely up my stats, Naruto thought. They would have to choose a minimum of 3 or a maximum of 5, and the subjects would be carried on to their final year. Chakra affinities would be tested and taught one offensive technique, one defensive, and one supporting, which would be either C rank or D rank, but depends on the student. That year they would also learn about their bodies, both male and female, together alongside sex education. 5th and 6th year would have courses like assassination, torture and interrogation, seduction, counter-seduction, sabotage, and infiltration. The final year would fine-tune their skills and prepare them for their genin tests, but also be blooded by killing an animal. Seems some can't handle what Naruto thought. Itachi dismisses them early, as it looks like a few have some choices to make concerning their future. I will definitely choose ninjutsu, shuriken jutsu, jinjutsu, and iryujutsu like Naruto and Kaguya as they leave the academy. I may go jinjutsu, ninjutsu, bajutsu, and taijutsu Kaguya. Same jinjutsu, ninjutsu, taijutsu, and iryujutsu. My control is very good, Tsunade says, smirking. What about you, Naruto asks. Ninjutsu, taijutsu, kinjutsu, bajutsu, and fuinjutsu, Naruto says. I bet a few from civilian families may drop out, Tsunade says. Things have been easy so far, Naruto says. The four head to a sweet shop and they buy dango, sweet buns, cinnamon buns, and a few cakes. Naruto tells Kaguya about his new sword given to him by a link to your mom, Kaguya says. Mom often talked about Lady Kushina too, Tsunade says, but their good moods were ruined as they approached with Sakura. How's it going, beta male, Kiba says, a mocking grin on his face. Yeah, why are you hanging with him, especially you, Princess Tsunade, Sakura says, looking towards the three princesses. Kaguya and I are childhood friends, as Naruto Sarada says. He doesn't see, as some pampered princess he sees me, and not my name, says, glaring at them, and Sakura shrinks away. Well, I'll prove to you that I am the alpha of our class, and the loser, a beta male arbiter, Kiba says, before walking off with Sakura. Maybe take a bath, Kaguya whispers, and the others softly laugh. Since the mood has been ruined, I'll see you all later. Hey, we can go shopping tomorrow since we need to wear a uniform now, Sans says. Sure, what time does Naruto ask? Let's meet at the village square under the clock at noon, replies, before leaving. Well, see you tomorrow. Bye, Naruto, Kaguya says. Tomorrow, Naruto says, unaware that three girls were plotting. I will make him mine, three girls thought. Naruto heads and changes into a tracksuit to finish his daily quest, but also tries a double cheeseburger with a soda from the store. It didn't compare to ramen, but it was a very close second. The next morning, Naruto wakes up at 5 again and does his daily quest, but sees a strange sight of a man with bowl cut, very large eyebrows, and wearing green spandex. He uses observe and only gets the name might, weird, Naruto says, speeding up his run. Weird indeed, also we should meet face to face, Musashi says. Naruto reaches a park and sits on the ground to look at the morning sky, how he says. Lay back into my arms and I'll pull you in, Musashi says. Naruto lays on the grass and closes his eyes, but suddenly finds himself in an orchard of cherry blossom trees. This way, boy, Musashi says, her voice carrying on the wind. Naruto follows the stone path before him and reaches an open shrine before going up the steps, but sees chains leading inside towards a seated figure. She is very beautiful with creamy white skin, long and sweeping darkish purple hair with 6 red whiskers on her cheeks. Her eyes are luminescent hazel with black slit pupils, wearing a very revealing furisode kimono having several layers and fur-like trim. The colors are a mixture of black, purple, light purple, and blue. We meet at last, boy, Musashi says, as Naruto sees the chains around her wrists and ankles. A Magatama necklace serves as a collar having a seal on it and a hairpiece in her hair. Is this my mindscape, Naruto asks. It is, but it was much worse before things changed, Musashi comments, picking up and taking a hit. What did you want to talk about? Naruto asks. We are forever linked, boy, meaning when you die I die, Musashi starts and looks outside, so I wish to impart some history to you, she adds, and Naruto slowly nods. Our story begins with your little rabbit Kaguya, or her incarnation Kaguya Otsutsuki. She was not from this world and from a dying race. She came to Earth with a Shinju or god tree, Musashi, and Naruto's eyes widened. The Shinju is the source of why humanity has chakra. Kaguya would meet the ruler of the nation of Sono Kuni named Tenji, eventually falling in love with him. However, Tenji was convinced to hate Kaguya by those around him, so she fled with her trusted aide Aino. But what no one knew is that Kaguya was pregnant, Musashi continues and takes another puff from her. Once Aino learned of this, she attempted to stop her lord, but paid the ultimate price. Left with no choice, Kaguya ate the fruit of the Shinju, granting her godlike power and turning her into the Usagi no Megami. Soon, she would give birth to my creator Hagoromo Otsutsuki and his twin Homura Otsutsuki. The former humans would come to know him as the Sage of Six Paths, Musashi continues. What happened to Tenji, Naruto asks. Denji and most of the world were placed under infinite Tsukiyomi to feed the Shinju, but after her sons were born she freed most to serve her. Musashi replies, and Naruto couldn't begin to fathom it. As Hagoromo and Homura grew they started to see their mother's true nature. Her godlike power had corrupted her. Due to this Hagoromo awakened the Sharingan, due to the loss of his first love, through his mother's machinations. Soon the brothers planned to stop their mother, which also led to Hagoromo awakening the Rinnegan Musashi. What? He had the Sharingan and Rinnegan, Naruto says, and Musashi nods. Homura possessed the Byakugan. Now the battle between mother and sons lasted days, reshaping the land and eventually seeing Kaguya merge with the Shinju and become the Kyuubi. The battle soon reached its zenith with Hagoromo sealing the Kyuubi inside him and becoming the first Jinchuriki. The husk of the Kyuubi would form the core of the moon, Musashi explains. The moon, Naruto says, and Musashi giggles. Yes, after defeating Kaguya, Homura would guard the husk on the moon, and Hagoromo traveled the world gaining followers and passing chakra to them, creating Ninshu to link others. Eventually he too had children, sons named Indra and Ashura, who would create the Uchiha and Senju also by an offshoot. The Uzumaki. Musashi continues. Seriously, Naruto says. Seriously, Indra inherited Hagoromo's eyes, Ashura inherited Hagoromo's body. Hagoromo trained his sons equally, but Indra excelled alone, while Ashura relied on others and bonds. Eventually Hagoromo sent his sons on journeys to decide who would lead the clan, eventually selecting Ashura for his actions. This infuriated Indra and led to a lifelong fissure between them that created the rivalry between the Uchiha and Senju, though not so much with Tsunade and Sarada, Musashi explains, giggling softly. Now we get to the heart of the matter. My and my siblings' creation. At the end of his life, Hagoromo split the Kyuubi into 9 pieces, which became the 9 Biju. Musashi finishes. So the 9 of you scattered around and chakra spread to become commonplace, Naruto says. Yes, Ninshu became ninjutsu, and we 9 were captured by Hashirama Senju after my original self was summoned by Madara Uchiha. Your ancestor Mito sealed my original self to become the first Kyuubi Jinchuriki, then your mother, and then you, Musashi says. Naruto cups his chin thinking about what Musashi just said. Could Madara have been the one to steal you from mom? But that's not possible, he says. True, and I remember Madara's dark chakra, so it was not him, Musashi says. So it would be someone powerful to control the strongest Biju, so we'll need more information, Naruto says. Agreed, now you may leave, boy, relax until your little shopping date, Musashi says, and Naruto snaps awake to a light rain. He kips up and heads for 15 bowls of ramen, but checks his stats between bowls. I leveled up, Naruto thought. Name? Naruto Uzumaki. Title? Heir of Uzumaki clan. Level 12. 5250 12,000. Stats. HP. 13,500. CP. 12,500. CC. 22%. STR. 50. SPD. 45. STA. 70. Dex. 40. Bit. 55. CHK. 75. Wisconsin. 40. Stat points. 12. I'll add points to Wisconsin, bring it to 45, and the rest to SPD, bring that to 52, Naruto thought. So what do you have planned for today? AM asks, wiping the counter. Tsunade wants to go shopping, Naruto says, and AM gives the retreat a look. So A-Date says, and has a sly smile. Sarada and Kaguya are coming to, Naruto comments, after downing the broth of his 10th bowl. So Group Date says. I don't know, maybe, Naruto says, blushing a little. Well, just be your normal charming self and things will be fine, AM says. I'll try, Naruto, and sucks up his last 5 bowls. See ya, he says, leaving and heading home to take a shower. He takes a nap until about a half hour before noon and quickly gets dressed in shorts, a long-sleeve shirt and a hoodie. Naruto leaves his place and takes to the roofs to reach the village square, but erases his presence to land on the large clock. He sees Sarada arriving first in a dark dress and a hoodie before dropping down next to her. Naruto, Sarada says, and the Redeed gives her a 2-finger salute. You two are here first, wearing a green blouse with white pleated skirt and fishnet tights. I am here, and the last, Kaguya says, wearing a light dress and a dark sweater. So where are we going shopping? Naruto asks. First we'll go get our new uniforms, then a surprise says. The 4 head to a shinobi clothing store to buy a dark blue long sleeve shirt and matching pants in their sizes. Tsunade then leads them to various shops and finally the main course. Why are we here? We're here to buy outfits for Naruto to judge, and the one he likes the best will gets to have a date with him, and Naruto's eyes widen with his breath hitching. Wait, what? Naruto says, but sees the fire in the eyes of Kaguya and just accepted, boy, Musashi says, and Naruto sighs. How many outfits? Kaguya says. 1 if I am judging, then 1 is necessary, Naruto says. All 3 said, heading into the sea of clothes. A half hour passes, and finally Naruto sits in front of 3 dressing rooms as the 3 girls prepare. Ready says. Yeah, Naruto says. Kaguya is first with a lavender turtleneck and a black tweed mini dress having a straight neckline, wide straps, V-back detail, and comes to her mid-thigh, black stockings, and black loafers. Beautiful, Naruto says, and Kaguya smiles. Sarada is next and has a white collared top with a black waist cincher, black shorts, and matching ankle boots. Cute, Naruto says. My turn, says, stepping out. She is wearing a short sleeve button-up and a low-cut corset-style vest, shorts, and white thigh highs to show off her legs with high-heel boots. Alright, Naruto, who wins, says, puckering her lips. Naruto looks between the three and really couldn't make a choice. Do I need to pick one, he says. Yes, all three say, but sigh. Though I suspected that you don't have to choose Tsunade, and look at the other two girls, since Naruto is the last male of his clan, he will be eligible for the clan restoration initiative, meaning he will need multiple women to bring his clan back, she explains. So we all can date, Naruto, Kaguya says, and nods. Yes, but we have to decide who the head girl will be, so I propose whichever one of us makes Kunoichi of the year becomes head girl. Naruto looks between the three to see Sarada, and Kaguya fires up, do I get to say? Not all three replied. Now that we've decided, let's go to my house to have some food and you can meet Taunton. The three girls pay for their outfits and wear them out as they make their way to the compound. Has your dad come home? Naruto asks. No, the pervert is doing his research under the guise of the village's spy network. The blonde's parents are two of the legendary Sannin of Tobium Senju and Jiraiya Ogata. The cry would be my dad's dream, but he came from a civilian family and doesn't qualify. The villagers give, and Kaguya smiles or waves, as they were tolerable of Naruto, but there were whispers of why he was with them. The compound itself is near the northern part of the village and hidden by a forest created by the Shodaime. Tsunade leads them along the forested path once they pass through the gates, high trees giving shade from the harmful sun, and the sounds of wildlife fill their ears, even seeing a few deer. They reach the home, and it is a Japanese-style manor with a koi pond and a place of meditation. Hey, Shizune calls out, seeing her mother's apprentice and surrogate big sister. Naruto tries to use observe, but can't, as his level, I really need to level up my observe, he thought. Shizune has black hair that frames her hair and covers her ears with onyx eyes, wearing a black-blue kimono having white rim and matching obi. Hello, Sarada, Kaguya and Naruto greet each other and bow to each other. Mom asks. Doing her daily meditation, says, as a pig comes around the corner wearing a red vest and pearls. Buhi, the pig says. This is Taunton, she's not food, says, leading them to. The older blonde is sitting cross-legged with her hands in her lap and eyes closed. She wears dark yoga pants and a sports bra with her blonde hair in a high ponytail. Mom says we're back. Tobium opens her eyes to reveal hazel eyes and rises to her feet, giving Naruto a generous look at her body. Now you know what Tsunade will look like, fully grown, Musashi says, as Naruto sniffles a little. So these are your new outfits? They look pretty, Tobium says, winking at the redeed. She leads them into the house for some snacks and lets them know that she would help them with chakra control if needed, and this causes Sarada to light up at the chance to learn from the legendary medic. The three would stay until around 4 and each parted from the compound as Naruto would head for the dungeon to level up. The next day was pretty much the same with his daily quest and another dungeon run, continuing to prepare for the hidden dungeon boss. Naruto pants softly as he makes his daily 5 kilometers run with his face hidden by a hoodie and rain falling. It has been just over a week since his life changed somewhat for the better, as his new gamer bloodline changed his life. Another week and he would challenge the hidden boss, as he has 2 more attempts on the dungeon before it becomes unusable and he would move to a higher level. The changes enacted by Itachi allowed Naruto to be fired for his actions against him and a few other students, as Anbu was watching. The former sent him out for the simplest of things with a smug look on his face, but when confronted broke the former Sandaime's law, which led to his firing, but also his death. What kind of hidden boss will you encounter? Another type goblin, Musashi says, as Naruto finishes his run. Who knows what Naruto thought? 6 more days pass, and the day is Sunday, as Naruto is making his final prep for the hidden boss after finishing his dailies, but then checks his stats. Name: Naruto Uzumaki. Title: Heir of Uzumaki Clan. Level 17. 11,517 thousandths. Stats: HP 17,500, CP 17,500, CC 35%, STR 70, SPD 65, STA 85, Dex 50, VIT 75, CHK 95, Wisconsin 50, Stat points 37. So the hidden boss will be LVL 37, but I'll level up by clearing the normal boss. Though I have another try, why wait? Naruto says, securing his sword to his belt with a red cord. He's wearing black hybrid Hakama ninja pants with combat boots, a fitted dark top, and sleeveless jacket having a hood with black gloves. He uses his remaining stat points on his dex, bringing it to 60, Wisconsin to 60, SPD to 70, and the rest to STR, bringing that to 72. Naruto enters the dungeon and tears through the goblins in record time, dispatching the goblin champion and leveling up to level 18. You have successfully defeated the dungeon boss. Do you wish to challenge hidden boss? Yes, no. Music. Slipknot CUSTR loop. Naruto accepts and is transported not to another forest, but to a large arena littered with broken weapons and ugly jagged scars gouged into the ground. People were in the crowd with a near-deafening roar as pillars of flames burst from the drop-off around the arena. Naruto sees not a goblin, but a man wearing an indigo to purple kimono with the right side of his chest and right arm exposed, black boots and black hair in a high ponytail. He has a cynical smile on his face and a sword resting on his left shoulder, his right resting inside his kimono. So I finally get to see the one killing goblins. Greetings Goblin Slayer, call me Shin, the man says. My name is Naruto Uzumaki, Naruto says, and Shin chuckles. An Uzumaki, that red hair should have been a dead giveaway, Shin says, as Naruto uses observe. Hidden dungeon boss. Shin. Rank. Missing nin. Level 37, 37,000. Stats. HP. 30,000. CP. 27,000. CC. 70%. STR. 100. SPD. 85. STA. 85. Dex. 100. Bit. 100. CHK. 90. Wisconsin. 90. Stat points. 5. Bonus per level. Missing nin. Gain 2 for each stat. Abilities. Unknown. He has high dex STR and Vit, so I need to be smart, and his abilities are unknown to Naruto though. Well then Uzumaki, let's see how strong you are, because the strong devours the weak, Shin declares as flames rise. Naruto and Shin shoot forward with simultaneous swings as their swords clang loudly and both push on their blades as they scrap on one another, with Naruto breaking back into a leap, bringing his sword down, and Shin blocking as the ground buckles underneath him. Naruto flips forward and swings behind Shin, but he blocks. Nice reflexes though, Shin says, pushing his sword forward, and it ignites to cut open the Redeed's right shoulder. Did he set the sword on fire with friction, Naruto thought. Shin drives his sword into the ground and drags it across to a tearing row of flames, something Naruto narrowly dodges, but Shin raises his sword and sets it on fire with his sheath. Shin brings it down and slashes Naruto across the chest to send the Redeed staggering back. So how does it feel to be cut and burned, Shin says. Naruto slows his breath and shoots forward with a Gatatsu strike, but Shin catches with blade between his gloved fingers before yanking him forward into a crushing knee. Now Uzumaki, don't disappoint me, Shin says, looking over Naruto. The Redeed springs up with several precise swings as Shin parries before igniting his sword once again and bringing it down to burn Naruto's right hand. Are you confused? Uzumaki, Shin says, igniting it once again and bringing it down to create a near cage of flames around Naruto. Shin pushes through the flames and grabs Naruto by his jacket as the Redeed smells something odd, but it is too late as Shin runs his sword along his glove, creating an explosion that tosses Naruto back as the crowd roars. As you languish on the ground, I'll tell you a secret about my sword. It never rusts, never dulls, and each person I kill leaves a little fat and oil to be set ablaze, Shin says. Naruto lays on his back as blood pours from his wound, but it slowly closes. Thanks Musashi, he thought, putting his remaining points into dex. Uzumaki Ryu style Kinjutsu. Intermediate skills unlocked. Naruto gasps as more of his swordsmanship is unlocked and melded to his brain. A sword like that is very impressive, he says, his eyes starting to bleed red. His blood awakened, Shin thought. Naruto rushes forward with another Gatatsu strike and Shin parries, but the Redeed chains it into a side sweeping attack, forcing Shin to dodge. Naruto moves again, but with a running Iedo draw that forces Shin on the back foot, but he jerks as a chain pierces his leg as he shunshions back. You Uzumaki were always tricky with those chains, he says. Naruto sprints forward into another clash of swords, but this time is keeping up with Shin, breaking through his guard to slash his shoulder at the cost of Shin cutting his side. Shin grabs Naruto by the throat and lifts him off the ground, but the Redeed brings his hilt down, causing Shin to ignite his glove and destroying his fingers. Clever brat, Shin says, glancing to his destroyed hand. Naruto has his sword in a high stance and his legs bent slightly. Shin ignites his sword into a small fire cyclone as Naruto rockets forward. Uzumaki Ryu. Tearing claws, the Redeed calls out, bringing his sword down. Shin's chest bursts with blood as Naruto's attack connects and his attack burns the remains of the Redeed's top before crashing on his back with his eyes open. Song ends. Hidden boss defeated. 20,000, EXP 75,000 Ryo. Level up. Demonic Dungeon level 5 open. Opponents will now be 10 levels more than yours and the dungeon boss will be 15 levels above yours. Naruto falls on his bed after returning from the dungeon, with his body still showing the scars from his fight with Shin. "You did good boy," Musashi says. "Yeah, and thanks for the chakra aid, still a long way to go," Naruto says. Thanks to the gamer mind, he was not freaking out on killing Shin. "You've killed so many goblins." "Why do I feel disgusted?" Musashi says. "Shin was different. He talked though we were enemies. He was a person," Naruto says. Days would pass, and it was Saturday, as the Redeed decided to check out the level 5 demon dungeon. He also learns he has inherited Shin's sword technique, and his sword could ignite from friction, but containing no fat or oil, instead using the chakra metal from his sword. Welcome to Demonic Dungeon Level 5. Quest received. 1. Defeat all the enemies within the dungeon. 0-200. 2. Defeat the dungeon boss. 0-1. Rewards. 1. 20,000 EXP. Name: Naruto Uzumaki. Title: Heir of Uzumaki Clan. Level 21. 5,000 21,000s. Stats: HP 21,500, CP 21,500, CC 35%, STR 82, SPD 80, STA 100, X 70, BIT 95, CHK 115, Wisconsin 70, Stat points 15. Skill unlocked: Kai blasts or energy blasts. Use chakra to fire blasts of energy. Attacks can be purchased in store. Level 21 plus energy attacks, Naruto says, as how to use such skills is melded once again to mind. The dungeon is a desert for miles, as the Redeed lifts off the ground, but also erases his presence, before bringing up the store. He buys the energy blade skills Shinretsu's Inner God Slicer with its linked skills Violent God Slicer, Azure Dragon Sword, and Scythe of Sorrow. Odd names, Musashi comments, and Naruto chooses Energy Wave's Gallic Gun, Final Flash, Final Shine, and Barak Psycha. This should be good enough for now, Naruto says, looking around and creating about a dozen clones. Spread out and practice our new skills, Naruto says, and they nod, flying off in different directions. He holds out his arm level with his shoulder and channels his chakra as his arm to his elbow is coated in glimmering blue energy, intriguing, Naruto says, moving his arm around like a blade. He dispels his chakra sword and points his right hand but braces it with his left. Barak Psycha, Naruto says, before a wide lightning blast erupts. It meets the ground and explodes wildly, but gets a prompt of 10 enemies dead, really, Naruto says, landing by the wide burned crater about 15 feet deep. He peers in and sees the charred corpses of large sandworms. It seems your enemy is subterranean, Musashi says. Seems so, Naruto says, creating a clone and it promptly dispelling to tell his other clones the discovery. He then tries another energy wave as green energy forms in his left hand. Final Shine, Naruto shouts, shooting his hand forward, and the blast explodes out. A few more sandworms meet their end and more begin to attack as Naruto fires small blasts in a light blue color in every direction. Skill created: Bursting Machine Gun Blow. Half a day passes in the dungeon as Naruto kills sandworms with a combo of energy blasts. His sword skills are hand to hand. The heat helps with his stamina, but he needed water from the store, but soon he would encounter the boss. The ground rumbles violently around Naruto and forces him to take to the skies, while the sand parts for nearly a mile as the sandworm boss rises. He looks nearly my size, Musashi says. The boss roars from his massive mouth as Naruto tries his new skill, but it has no effect on the large worm. Looks like I have the speed advantage. Maybe I can use the Gallic Gun or Final Flash, but there is the charge time, he thought. Redeed creates about 50 clones as he flies higher and raises his arms level as a blue flame aura surrounds Naruto as he charges his attack. Veins become pronounced on his arms and upper body as he brings his arms forward with his wrists touching and fingers spread. Grafengura, Naruto hisses as an orb of energy forms in his hands, but tails of energy shooting off ever so often. The wind picks up from the amount of chakra Naruto is using as his clones keep the boss at bay. Now Final Flash. He roars, his blast exploding forth with enough concussive force to destroy the boss. Naruto pants heavily as his vision blurs and he falls to the sands below but completes his quest. Quest completed. Level up. Awards: 20,000 EXP. Naruto wakes to knocking and finds himself in his bed. Who could that be, he says, heading to the door and opening. A pair of breasts hit him in the face with a loud laugh. How's it going, Chibi, a voice says before the Redeed looks up. Oh, it's you, Naruto says. Oh, be more enthusiastic. It's your Anu, the married but sexy Anko Haddock, the woman crows. Sorry, I woke up from a weird dream, Naruto says, inviting her inside. Anko has violet hair and a fan ponytail, wearing a mesh bodysuit, jean short shorts, a tan trench coat, and shin guards with sandals. Anko asks. I was fighting sandworms and one was huge, Naruto says, and uses observe on, but her level hovers at 40 due to an abnormal status. Quest received. save Anko Haddock. 1. Remove Anko's curse mark. Rewards. 1. 15,000 EXP. 2. Plus 1,000 rep with Anko. 3. Plus 500 rep with Kakashi. 4. That's weird, Chibi Anko says. So what Naruto brings you is logging into his head to work on his to help. I told Kashi he saw you doing some exercises, so as your big bro he got concerned, says, sitting on the sofa as he makes some tea. Well, I decided to do some serious physical training, Naruto says. Well, that's good. Godim's new training for the academy will help too, Anko says. Naruto places her tea down and takes the recliner. So how's your love life, says, and Naruto blushes as she giggles. Well, there is the Senju heiress, Hyuga heiress, and Uchiha heiress, tough choices, though you may not have to, says. If you only knew, but the number will be 6, Naruto thought and rubs his neck. Think so, he says. Yeah, you're the last of your clan, so you're entitled to what the cry says. Tsunade said the same, Naruto says, and Anko smirks, drinking her tea. Well, I look forward to your harem, Chibi. Kashi will be so proud, says, finishing her tea and ruffling his red hair before leaving. Naruto would continue splitting time in dungeons and going to the academy, with the sandworm dungeon's hidden boss being an even larger sandworm. He would hold off on dungeons and focus on the academy, as his dailies were helping him level up, but also hanging with, and Kaguya would eat into his time, also working on his. A year would pass, and Naruto is entering his 4th year at the academy, with about 3/4 of the civilian-born ninja quit. 1 year later, 14-year-old Naruto sits in his class as his thoughts on trying a dungeon for the first time in a year. His dailies were sufficient enough to help him level up to level 53, his stats were all well over 100. His observer could now see level, and many were 70 and above, his big bro Kakashi near 90. Itachi sits at 100, same as Tsunade's mom and the former Sandame. Due to his body he would surpass 100, though there could be those surpassing 100 outside the village. He also unlocked a technique capable of increasing his power for a heartbeat. His strength, speed, and even his sensory awareness is greatly increased for an instant, but it is extremely taxing on the body, and he is working on stamina. He can currently maintain ×3 for a total of 7 seconds, thanks to his clones. The max is ×100, but he could also chain it with SSJ and higher forms. Perhaps by the time you graduate you will have achieved SSJ, Musashi says. Maybe dailies aren't doing much anymore, so I'll need dungeons, Naruto thought, glancing around the class. Kiba is glaring at him, as his alpha ego couldn't beat him in spars, so he resorted to spreading rumors through Sakura and cronies. They would complain he is cheating in their matches or on tests, but could never give any evidence of it. He should sooner or later get it into his head that you are stronger than him, boy, Musashi says. Maybe Naruto thought so. Classes soon end, and Naruto leaves with his trio, but they see Kakashi standing at the gate with an orange in his hand. He has silver hair with his 8 covering his left eye and a cloth mask over the lower half of his face, wearing the standard attire. He is such a perv even though he's married. Because he reads your dad's book in public, Naruto says, and the blonde nods. Even Saratobi Jisen reads them, Tsunade adds. Hello princesses, Kakashi says. What brings you here, Naruto says. Wanted to see you, Kakashi says, as the 4 follow before the girls break off. Have you done your affinity yet, Kakashi says. No, not yet, Naruto says, and Kakashi hands him a slip of paper. Well, let's find out what Kakashi says. Naruto looks over the paper and channels his chakra as it splits in half, with one half becoming wet and the other burning. Ofuten Suiton and Kaiten, Kakashi say, and give his sensei's son an eye smile. 3 affinities, you will have quite the arsenal, he adds. Naruto smiles and may check the store for some on top of what the academy will teach. Will you show me how to change my chakra? Sure, I'll ask the Hokage about teaching you another jutsu that will aid you, Kakashi says. He may mean what Kage Bunshin, Musashi says, and Naruto mentally nods. Kakashi would take Naruto to one of the training grounds and show him the basics on change in chakra nature. For his 3 affinities he would have to be able to cut a leaf for wind, burn a leaf for fire, and wet a leaf for water. In turn, Naruto would reveal his energy blasts by passing things off, such as the reading about the Uzumaki and their ability to create chains with their chakra. Kakashi would ask for a demonstration, and Naruto would do some weaker energy blasts, even showing his God Slicer, Violent God Slicer, Azure Dragon Sword, and Scythe of Sorrow. Kakashi is both shocked and impressed, but also thought Naruto has the naming sense, as his father, though also thought the Azure Dragon Sword and Scythe of Sorrow were cool. Well, Naruto, I'll speak to the Hokage about things. So meet me here after class tomorrow, Kakashi says, and vanish with Leaf Shunshin. Naruto heads home and changes into a dark jumpsuit for the dungeon, also stocking up on food and water in case of extended time inside. He enters the dungeon and finds himself in another forest, but more foreboding than his first dungeon. Welcome to Demonic Dungeon level 15. Enemies will be 20 levels higher and dungeon boss 35 levels higher. New feature, checkpoints which will allow you to leave a dungeon without losing rewards. Can only be done once per dungeon level, so choose wisely. Quest received. 1. Defeat all the enemies within the dungeon. 0400. Do defeat the dungeon boss. 01. Rewards. 1. 50,000 EXP. Name. Naruto Uzumaki. Title. Heir of Uzumaki Clan. Level 53. 88,586 310,000. Stats. HP. 61,500. CP. 61,500. CC. 65%. STR. 150. SPD. 140. STA. 200. X. 110. Bit. 150. CHK. 160. Wisconsin. 120. Stat points. 0. Tech points will be a big help, but only once is a drag, Naruto says, and several Nara sneeze. He creates several dozen clones and sends them to work on but also deal with enemies as well. Naruto moves around the forest and after about 15 minutes encounters a group of enemies resembling humanoid wolves. I found Kiba's own kind, he says, and uses observe to learn they are called beastmen. The beastmen growl as Naruto remains calm as their Kai is not affecting him. Alright, let's go, he says, running towards them. The group of 6 rush forward as the Redeed leaps over a wide swipe into a spinning wheel kick, snapping one's head and slicing another with a God Slicer. A third swings a claw strike, but Naruto dispels God Slicer and grabs the arm into a judo toss before grabbing its leg and sending it into a fourth as both crash into a tree. The fifth grabs Naruto from behind, but the red uses his legs to crash his knee into its snout, causing it to let him go, and an energy blast puts it down. The last runs off, but suddenly something slices it down the middle. The big boy, Naruto says. A larger beastman easily about 9 feet tall appears with a long claw dripping with blood from its dead kin. It roars loudly, and Naruto has to cover his ears, but has the wherewithal to duck under its wide swipe. Clever boy, Naruto thought, connecting with a body blow and dodging its downward counterattack. He turns and runs towards a tree as the beastman follows, but Naruto runs up said tree as it crashes into it, allowing Naruto to land and kill it with his machine gun blows. The boss will perhaps be even larger, Musashi says. Probably, Naruto says. It would be near midnight when Naruto finds the boss, encountering various beastmen of various animals. Some were cat, lizard, jackal, eagle, and dragon-like. The boss is in a large area and sitting on a throne of bones with a very muscular body and a lion's head. Musashi had been right, as the boss is easily 20 feet tall and uses observation with its level being nearly 75. It can also summon minions, but also its regeneration is high and can harden its skin. Music. The Under Ride or Die. The boss roars loudly and his minions appear with chattering noises as Naruto lowers his stance and unleashes his aura like blue flame around his body. Naruto releases a long breath and rockets forward as the minions do the same. He meets them with fists, elbows, headbutts, knees, shins, and kicks. Final shine, Naruto shouts, erasing a swath of minions as the boss growls and rises to its feet. It grabs a very large as its steps crack the ground and swings its weapon, but Naruto dodges as the boss kills its minions. No care for minions, it seems, Naruto says, dodging another swing. He lands on the boss's arm holding and runs up the length into a leap, firing a blast of energy into its face. The boss staggers back but swings its free arm into Naruto and sends him flying, but the Redeed halts in air. That would have broken me a year ago, Naruto says. The boss roars and fires a fire cyclone from its mouth as Naruto flies around it to bring out his Azure Dragon sword. Naruto swings his energy sword in an odd dance, but several javelins of energy pierce the boss in several spots before Naruto halts with his left knee up, his left hand forward, and his energy sword aiming down over his head. The javelins explode and knocks the boss on its back, but it slowly rises with its wounds healing as Naruto seizes his energy sword. Taken X3. Naruto shouts. A red and fiery aura surrounds his whole body, and his clothes acquire a reddish tint too, even bristling his hair and his clothes. Naruto curls his fingers and places both his hands together at chest level, facing the same direction fuchsia red energy forms. Gallic gun, he shouts, firing a large beam. It digs through the boss and forces it on its back, but it seems its regeneration is trying to keep up and Naruto grits his teeth. Kaioken X5. He roars and the beam expands to destroy the boss. Song end. Boss defeated. Rewards. 1. 50,000 EXP. The next day Naruto heads to the academy and today is the Shogi Go tournament, but after meeting Kakashi after the academy, Kaioken really shreds his body. I could barely move after using ×5, he thought. If you didn't have Uzumaki and me you would not be walking today, Musashi says. Naruto enters class and sees the trio sitting near the top row before giving each a wave, his thoughts on their goal being head girl when they graduate. I believe the little Senju may win out, though the Hyuga is a close second, Musashi says. Naruto mother has invited you to dinner, Kaguya says. Oh what time, and should I bring something, Naruto says. 5, and cinnamon buns, Kaguya says. Of course Arata and Tsunade thought so. Classes go by as normal and the Shogi-Go matches begin as each have matches with Naruto besting and others, but Shikamaru is always a challenge. You're getting better, Naruto, Shikamaru says, winning their match. Thanks to Shika Naruto. The day finishes and Naruto meets Kakashi and his righty got permission from the to teach him the Kage Bunshin before heading home and preparing to head to the I'll have to fake learning the jutsu, Naruto thought. Give it a few days, Musashi says. Naruto takes a shower and dresses in black slacks with matching shoes and a white button-up before heading to the sweet shop and buying a dozen cinnamon buns. They have one of the larger clan compounds and he arrives about 20 minutes before 5, their guards letting him inside and one guiding him to the main house. Hello Naruto, Kaguya says, waiting at the entrance with her little twin sisters and Naruto is glad didn't vanish when he chose Kaguya, but she is still shy as ever, hiding behind Kaguya's leg and confidently at her older sister's side. Lady Kaguya, I'll take Lady Hinata and Lady Hanabi, their attendant, and guide the 4-year-olds away. Father and mother are waiting, Kaguya says, taking the buns from him. Naruto slips off his shoes and follows Kaguya to the dinner room complete with low tables and cushions. Hiashi sits at the head of the table with a serious demeanor and to his left with a smile on her face. Naruto, how good of you to join us, she says. Thank you for inviting me, Naruto says, bowing. Take a seat next to Niji, Hiashi. Naruto sees the stoic and takes his seat, but he does not greet the redeed, just a curt nod. Niji didn't like him or Kaguya for that matter because of the affair she told him about, losing his father and blaming her for it. Food is being served and Naruto glances at Kaguya's parents, her mother adores him and her father tolerates him despite his good rep with the Hyuga clan. Dinner is a quiet affair as there was not much for talking during dinner compared to Tsunade's family. He would soon be brought to another room for tea to allow Kaguya and Hitomi to devour their prey of cinnamon buns. The twins were here, but no or. Naruto, do you believe you will become Rookie Shinobi of the Year when you graduate? That's still 2 years away, but I'll try, Naruto replies and covers her mouth to laugh at how adorable he is. Kaguya told me about her bet with Sarda and Tsunade. Because of it I have been stepping up her training. I know you would want a strong head wife, and Kaguya blushes brightly. What's a wife, asks and pulls her into her lap. The wife is a woman who is married like me or Lady Tobium or Lady Mikoto to name a few. So Kaguya Nisama will be Naruto's wife, asks. Not yet, but someday far down the road. Naruto looks down, his cheeks matching his hair. Naruto would stay until around 7 and bid them goodnight to make his way home in the red light district, but suddenly a prompt appears. Special quest received. Aid Hanayama Kaoru. Rewards 1. 25,000 EXP. 3. 750 Representative Hanayama. 2. Summon Scroll. Special quest Hae Summon Scroll would come in handy when Naruto thought of rushing to find Hanayama. It doesn't take long to find Hanayama, as numerous Yakuza were fighting near a bar, but the sight is a very tall man in a torn-up white suit on one knee and an equally tall man standing over him. I knew poison would do the trick and negate that freakish strength of yours, the man says. Boss, another man shouts, being held down by a few men. Several see him as their boss monologues. What are you doing here? One says, looking like some atypical Yakuza. I'm here to help Hanayama, Naruto says, and both men laugh as one reaches to grab him. Naruto judo tosses him to break some of his teeth as he crashes to the ground and this gets the attention of others. The second swings a fist, but Naruto cracks him with a counter, dropping him like a sack of potatoes. Who is that brat? The boss shouts and orders his men to deal with Naruto. Hanayama sees Naruto fighting his rival's men and making short work of them, so that is Naruto Uzumaki the Jinchuriki, he thought. Veins bulge on the rival boss Goto as Naruto tears through his men, his plan of moving into failing, and some punk kid is the reason. How hard is it to kill some kid? Goto roars, stomping towards Naruto, but the redeed crashes his dress shoes into Goto's face. He recovers and swings some heavy but wide swings as Naruto uses his small stature to his advantage, his hummingbird taijutsu to land counters or crippling blows. However, Naruto's eyes bulge as Goto sends a heavy kick and doubles him over, but the redeed uses Kawarimi with one of his goons as Goto comes down with a double sledge. Naruto wipes some slobber from his mouth and calls on a little of Musashi's chakra as Goto tears off his suit top, showing off his honed muscles. I don't know who you are, brat, but you're gonna die, Goto says, icily. Naruto keeps a tight guard ready as Goto rushes forward again, but the redeed connects with a knee to his chin into a flurry of punches to his chest. Naruto clenches his right into a leaping uppercut and breaks Goto's chin as he falls to his knees before Naruto focuses his chakra to his right, but a hand lands on his shoulder. "Leave it to me," Uzumaki Hanayama says. Naruto watches in mild shock as Hanayama grabs Goto by the throat and literally tears it out with his fingers. Quest completed. Rewards 1. 25,000 EXP 2. 750 Representative Hanayama 3. Summon Scroll. Thanks for watching my video, leave a like if you enjoyed my video and also do consider subscribing to my channel for more awesome content. See you next time, till then sayonara.